There's all the chores night in the house.
We have our own gym here.
It's luxury, really.
To give all that up and go and do it myself just seems a bit silly.
They're even moving their other half in.
I never actually asked my dad if Isaac could move in.
Slightly weird having a different man living in the house.
So what happens when they have to move out and fend for themselves?
Oh my lord. When was the last time they put this on?
We're giving young couples the chance to find out.
It's going to either go really well or total opposite.
Will they relish their freedom
Just some provisions for the week.
or push each other to breaking point?
You sit there on your fat ass.
I just don't know if I'm in love with her.
What's wrong with you, Barry?
Will they move out for good
I absolutely love having my own place.
or run home to the hotel of Mum and Dad?
Decision, you're coming home or you're going.
Meet 25-year-old Barry and 21-year-old Christy, who've been together for 5 years.
No, you can see my movie. We met through a friend, and then I kind of got a bit obsessed with Barry. He worked at the cinema, so I used to go in there, not watch a film.
It was a bit weird at first. Stalking me all the time, always coming to see me at the cinema. I was like, oh god, there's you again.
Oh my god, I wasn't that bad. When we first got together, my family used to call him Boring Barry. Barry's not boring, but sensible.
I'm an old man.
You are an old man.
I don't think you're boring.
No, what? Obviously I'm not boring. You're boring with that sentence. I am fun.
2 years ago, the fun kicked off when they moved in together in Barry's dad and stepmom's house in Stevenage.
Actually, just a hotel, isn't it?
It is a hotel. We come home, go up into his room, and then stay there for most of the evening without speaking to anyone else.
Come down, destroy the kitchen, go back to their room, have their dinner.
They might not talk to us for a fortnight unless the button falls off his trousers and he wants that sewn back on.
It's annoying having someone telling you to do stuff. It's like you're at school.
I'm kind of constantly treading on eggshells. We need to be on our own now, really.
While she stays every night at Barry's, Christy also really misses her maid. Sorry, Mum, Jackie.
Hi.
So she goes home every single day for some TLC.
Oh no, not couscous. I had it yesterday.
So how many bits of chicken do you want?
2, please.
Do you want me to chop them?
Yes, please.
It's my fault how I am. I'm a real softie. Picks her lunch up. If she likes it, I'll get a text and say, this is lovely, can you do it again? If she doesn't, I don't hear anything.
So they agree it's time to grow up and move on. But there's one big thing the couple are at loggerheads on. Money.
You can take those down.
I think I'm quite good with money generally.
I think I have an unrealistic view of the future. So I think that's why I spend so much money now. But when I was younger, I used to think that I would marry a footballer or maybe a rich, giant old man, and that's where my money would come from. But now I've got Barry, so probably just going to win the lottery or something.
Barry's not heading for football practice. He works as an aerial repairman. Being the sensible one, he has already saved his share of a deposit to buy a house.
I've been saving for about 2 years now, and I think I've got just over £5 now.
Christy also works full-time as an office manager. They earn the same amount of money, and she too has a savings pot. Only her part is more like a fun bag.
I'm saving for a boob job. It is going to cost a few grand. I've already saved quite a lot for the deposit, and then I'm going to do the rest on finance.
Yeah, I'm not going to sit here and say I wouldn't like her to have massive whammers, because obviously I'm a bloke. Everybody would like their girlfriend to have massive tits, but because we're trying to save for our own place, you know, it just seems a stupid idea to me.
Some people would probably say I'm spoiled, but I'm not. I'm definitely going to get them done.
Having somewhere to live is better than having big tits.
For now, my financial focus is having massive jugs.
While Christy wants to save for her boob job, Barry wants to rent a place of their own, and we're giving them the chance to have a trial run.
I'm definitely ready to move out now. Obviously, I'm older than Christy, so I've lived at home for longer. I'm just trying to make Christy feel the same way.
I do want it, but I want it to be easier. Just want it to be given to me.
So, that was our pushy princess and her boring boyfriend, and up in Glasgow, we have a pair of party boys, Andrew and Jordan, who love to live it up.
All we spend our money on is going clothes shopping, getting takeaways and going out drinking with my friends.
And how can they afford this? By still living at home. With Andrew's entire family. Parents Andy and Debbie, brother Connor, and sister Caitlin.
You can read my road. You can read my road. I'm not just having my dinner. Oh my God.
Andrew, 19, and Jordan, 20, have been together for a year.
The first thing that attracted me to Andrew was obviously his looks, but then when I got to know his personality.
Do you want to, like, methane talk while like in a flat?
Surprised me. Just realised he was a nice person as well, and he'd always put others before himself. Like, I always like fancied him because I never really knew him, but when I got to know him, it was definitely like more personality-wise. I can see he's been together for a really long time.
But although the boys consider themselves a perfect match, they're also quite different.
I'm the wee narky one that just moans about everything and tells Jordan what to do. I'll just buy clothes, just go to the cinema, sweets, crisps, anything. And if I don't spend it all, I'll probably come home and do online shopping. I think I'm just the one that's a wee bit more, like, grown up.
And while opposites attract, they also cause massive arguments. Not ideal in a crowded house.
Like a nightmare when they're out in their eyes and they come in at 3 o'clock in the morning.
You hear the two of them argue from the minute they get in the gate.
I think it's just because one of us is always so drunk, we'll just pick up on any stupid wee thing.
They come in the front door and they'll have a tiff at the front door.
And then everything just comes up and we just throw it into each other just to be nasty and be like, you did this, even if it was like 6 months ago.
You hear the door getting slammed, opened, slammed.
He's the more argumentative one. You'll see.
Currently, the boys only pay £20 a week for accommodation, a well-stocked fridge, a full-time cleaner, and even a laundry service. Which means Andrew and Jordan don't have to lift a finger.
Mum does all the chores now in the house, so we don't really need to do that much. Like, we've got it pretty easy living here.
With few responsibilities, these two are free to blow their wages on designer clothes and partying.
Can I get 2 double vodka black hot lemonade, please?
We'll spend like up to £100 between both of us, and it's not really that good. It's disgusting when you think about it, isn't it?
And while Andrew and Jordan are having the time of their lives,
that is what I have to deal with.
living at Mum and Dad's is starting to cramp their style.
Right, altogether there's 6 of us in here. Everyone steps on each other's toes and gets in your way, and you just cannot get any privacy at all.
So Andrew's insisting it's time to stop living off his parents and get a place of their own.
Jordan loves the fact that there's 6 people living here, but I hate it. Like, I hate it being such a busy house. I'd love for us to have like a bit more privacy and a bit more kind of space just for us to be a couple.
And Debbie and Andy are very much in agreement.
Andrew's at the age now where he should be learning some more life skills on his own, and I want his room for a home gym.
The only person who isn't keen is Jordan, as moving out means curbing their lifestyle.
We're living here and not paying that much for like rent or whatever, and then we still struggle with money now, so could you imagine if we had to pay rent? I think it just sounds so, like, not in my reach at all.
Which means that Andrew has a big job on his hands, trying to persuade his other half it really is time to grow up.
I think Jordan doesn't want to move out because, like, just because of how easy it is here.
So, for Andrew to convince Jordan that moving out is better than going out, we're giving them the chance to spend 1 week in a home of their own. But will Jordan be persuaded?
Once he sees like what it's like for us to have our own living room and our own kitchen and stuff like that, then he might feel like the same way as me.
So, we've got a spendaholic with boobs on the brain in Stevenage.
My financial focus is having massive jugs.
And a pair of Peter Pan party animals up in Glasgow.
All we spend our money on is going out drinking with my friends.
How on earth will they cope out in the real world on the road test this week?
Oh, I've got no time for this!
We're giving both couples the money they need to try renting a place of their own for a week, but it's the same budget they would have if they were going it alone for real. Barry and Christy are working out how much that is.
So a month between us, how much do we to bring home?
2.5.
2,500. So what do you spend your money on?
300 quid savings.
So I do 400 savings.
aka the boob fund.
I'm better than you. My phone bill's 35. And how much do I make a month?
1,200, 1,300 at most.
Yeah. Writing it down, I still can't see where it all goes. I just spend it on absolute crap. Katie said you have to pay for water.
Yes.
How much is that?
I don't know. Don't you pay water like quarterly?
What's that mean?
Quarterly, like quarter of a year, as in about 3 months. And I think I'll be the one sitting down thinking about what we're going to spend the money on, whereas Christy was just like, oh, I need this, off I go, you know, go and buy it. And I have to try and stop her.
Based on this, what do you think we could afford rent-wise?
We'd probably be able to afford like 500, 600, quite comfortably, I think.
500? You can't get anything for that.
Of course you can.
So it'd have to be at least 6 something.
All right, 600 then, we'd be able to
6 to
afford that
7.
between the two of us.
Realistically, I think we could probably spend, I think, between 600 and 800 a month on rent. Barry seems to be capped at 700, but I think I can persuade him.
But it's Jordan that needs some persuasion in Glasgow. He needs to swap his spending from lager to lodgings.
I'm earning about just over £600 a month. Together with your wages and your student loan, you're earning just over £1,000. So it's about £1,600.
But with just £80 a month going on rent, what do they spend it on?
That's only what we spend a week on drinking. So if you times it with 4 and get a month's worth, it's the drinking that we need to cut out if we're going to move out. Because that's our biggest spend.
The boys work out that they have a drinks bill of £800 a month.
I didn't think it would work out as that much.
But while Andrew is thinking cutbacks, Jordan is still worried about his booze fund.
He was more, oh, fancy flat. And I was like, no, you have to think that's less money for stuff for during the week. I know it's not going to be something pure, like a penthouse suite in New York or something, but I would like it to be somewhere we'd enjoy living. We wouldn't want to hate where we stay.
So far, neither couple can agree on their priorities, but they head out to look at potential flats. They both see one cheap one.
Can you not touch that bed? It's like a strange wee cupboard, isn't it?
Sounds like a hospital or an old people's home. Don't really like it.
And they both see one expensive one.
Ooh, I like it.
Like, this is perfect location for what we wanted. Like, we spend our time in bars and clubs right in the city centre.
Surprise, surprise, they all decide to splash the cash on the fancy flats.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
It's got party potential.
So that leaves Barry and Christy with £412 between them for the week. Not quite what Christy's been used to.
I'll definitely put you in charge of it, I think. Now we've gone for the more expensive one. There's not as much room for me to have fun with the money.
Yeah.
Although, there is still some stuff I need.
Oh, what?
A spray tan before the party.
And the expensive flat leaves Andrew and Jordan with just £200 for the week. Time to reveal their pricey plans to Andrew's parents.
My wages now, because I'm doing different shifts at the weekend, I'm overtime and that, and all hits together, it came to £1,600.
You've been taking £80 a month off them?
But, and then we'd like... I might be revealing too much to your mum.
Yes, yeah. My head's just going like this now. This is going to be a big test for them. If they can manage this for the week and not have to borrow more money off whoever, then I will be surprised.
3 important questions then. When do you move? Do you need a hand to pack? And do you need a lift?
And it's not long before all the parents' wishes are granted because the kids are moving out. Barry and Christy's week-long road test starts today, and Christy's already in a tiz.
Really gonna stress me out today. Please, don't just like shrug everything off today. It's important that you do everything. Shall I write you a list?
Yeah.
Christy has been called into work today, leaving Barry to pack, so she writes down everything she wants collected from her mum's house.
Don't bring anything from your house, because it's ugly. Don't touch any of my clothes.
And the list goes on.
And that throw thing that goes on my bed.
And on.
And all my cushions.
And on.
All my photo frames are out. Don't forget my chickens either. You better not forget my fucking chickens.
The chicken's not coming.
They've already planned their first big spend of the road test, a housewarming party tonight. And she's got a list for that too.
Tequila, gin.
Rum.
And rum. Plastic cups. Straws. Pink. That's it. Love you. Please don't forget anything.
Most important thing, huh?
Barry works up a sweat packing his necessities for the week. His Xbox, the TV, and a spare grey t-shirt. Just the one, mind. Steady, Barry. Next, it's off to Christy's mum's house to pick up all those important items from the list. The chickens, thank God.
I mean, do we need that? Really?
It's a brave man that separates Christy and her chickens.
We have no room for chickens. Some sort of rug, I don't know what that is. 10,000 cushions you don't need. These pictures can come, I suppose, keep her happy. I think that's pretty much it. Just that box there, with plates and cups and whatnot. That's pretty much all we need. Cushions, didn't bring them. Bedding I've got. Box of stuff, got that. Wine glasses I've got, mugs got that.
Yes, but no chickens.
But we've got the essentials.
It's a quick stop to pick up the party booze for tonight before Christy arrives at Barry's parents to perform a full van inspection.
What?
No. What have you got? Or what
Have I
haven't you
got
got? Where's my stuff?
What's in the bed?
Where's all my cushions? Barry, what the fuck?
There wasn't any cushions.
Where are the wine glasses and the glasses?
Yeah, they're in there.
What's fucking wrong with you, Barry? Well, you haven't bought any of it.
Nothing in there.
You haven't got anything. You haven't bought any of it, Barry. I laid it all out on the bed for you.
in there, honestly.
No, it's not. I just looked in there. Barry's fucking forgot everything. And, well, hasn't forgot it, has purposely not bought it like I knew he was going to. The people are coming round at 8:30.
Do we have 3 hours?
What?
2 hours.
And I've got to get ready in that time. And move all of our stuff in.
You know, it's that long.
Obviously, because you haven't bought any of it, you fucking toll.
Up in Glasgow, the packing is causing problems for Andrew and Jordan too.
10, 11, 12, Julie, 12 shirts. Is there any need for that? On Wednesday, I'll need one for stuff to wear that day and stuff to wear that night. The same with Saturday when you're working during the day, I'll need stuff to wear that day and stuff to wear that night. 12 shirts.
On the brink of moving out, Jordan is still worried about the impact this will have on his lovely lifestyle.
If we have money enough to go do the stuff that we've got planned, then that would persuade me, but if we run out of money, then that'll prove that I was right.
Meanwhile, Andrew's mum Debbie can't wait to wave them off.
I'm actually quite excited at the minute that they're leaving. Looking forward to them getting their own space and us getting a wee bit of space for a bit.
But with Andrew now thinking that he might need 12 shirts as well, will they be leaving any time soon?
It's always better to have too much stuff than to not have something that you want. Are you actually kidding on? When I was taking loads of shirts from wanted me. I know, but I've changed my mind. Exactly. I'm always right. You're not always right and talk absolute rubbish.
Eventually, the boys are ready to go. And, keen to get them out, Debbie's offering them a door-to-door service to their new home.
Are you good? You'll be having any whale parties?
But when things seem to be going well...
Home sweet home.
They realise that, unbelievably, there's something they forgot to pack.
There's no divvy here, or pillows for a bed. We're going to have to sleep the cushions off a couch. I knew we should have brought them pillows, man.
With tempers flaring in the north...
God's sake.
Down south, Christy is still seething as she and Barry say their goodbyes.
I'd like to think they can make it on their own and they could do a good job. And if this is what they want, then good. I hope they make a go of it.
I wonder where I'm going to put the chickens.
In the bin?
After picking up all her vital items, they finally begin their new life together.
Oh, I'm stressed. Put that there, though. No, put that away.
I will, just let go of it. It's ripping from my fingers.
I want this table out of here, Barry.
We'll move it all in due time. For fuck's sake.
How romantic. But Christy is determined to enjoy her new flat and starts getting settled in.
I don't know what to do with this, though. How do I put it in the bin?
What, a bag? You want me to how to operate a bag?
Can you put it in the bin somehow, please? It looks ridiculous.
Does it?
It's covering up the window. People are going to drive past and see this. It looks like a squat.
I didn't pick this, did I?
No, but why are you moving it there? Put it on that side.
No, because then all you'll see is the reflection of the fucking window.
The housewarming party is about to start, but still, Barry and Christy are less lovebirds, more angry birds.
Oh, I've got no time for this.
Just go get ready, just fuck off.
But with makeup on and beer in hand, they finally get that party feeling.
I got a feeling. Margaritas in the kitchen. Earlier was crazy with stress, and I think we were probably going to break up at one point. But
yeah, it was a bit stressful.
Yeah, but it's nicer now. Everyone's kind of here and ready, and the drinks are flowing.
But drinks for 20-odd guests has cost them £100. That's a quarter of their money for the week down their necks.
Thank you, everyone, for coming, and let's get really finished.
As Christy and Barry party their money away, Andrew is trying to work out how they can party like princes and pay the bills all for £200.
So there's our money. Hey, don't touch that.
So he breaks out the Tupperware and splits their cash into separate boxes.
And shopping in general tomorrow.
Let's hope they don't need a packed lunch this week.
We have to put it in like separate wee tubs, separate bits of money, and we're not going to touch it unless that's what it's actually for. That's the last night, so let's put this away so we don't spend it. We should hopefully be fine.
That's not it.
Cool, that's us. We'll do it. Just don't touch that box.
They're starting their road test as they mean to go on and going out boozing. But can they do it on the cheap?
As long as we only take out a certain amount of money tonight, that's all we can spend.
And tonight the plan is...
And we're going to roughly spend about £30, hopefully.
Probably more.
Fingers crossed.
While Jordan's doubtful, Andrew wants to show him they can afford a flat and a life.
By walking up and save taxi money and all that for the budget.
But can they resist this much temptation?
Right, can I have 2 double vodka black cat lemonade, please? Cheers. One was for Jordan. Can you make me do 2?
Well, they're definitely having a good time, but are they skinned?
We put a separate amount out tonight for our night out tonight. We've only spent that, we've not spent any more, so I think we're doing okay. Like, we're both drunk, but that is what we expected, like.
It's midnight and the boys still have money to spend, but for how long? There's an obligatory food stop, and despite their city centre flat being a 10-minute walk away...
Budget, come on, I'll hold you up.
Final verdict, take the taxi, and then carry on drinking at home. Miraculously, at the end of the night, they still have money left. Unlike Christy and Barry, who seem to have drank all of theirs.
Disgusting. My hair.
Oh, looks like they really let their hair down.
Oh, someone ate the microphone man.
Oh, and Microphone Man isn't their only casualty.
I have been sick, but not as much as usual. I've only been sick about 6 or 7 times. Plan of action is breakfast, and then I'll go back to sleep, and then Barry can clean up.
People just don't give a shit, man.
But with no food in the house and Barry blowing the budget on party booze, what do they have left for the rest of the week?
Right, so we've got 412. But we spent 100 yesterday already.
I don't even know how you spent 100.
We bought a lot of alcohol. £312.50 left. Can you save
100 for boobs.
100 saved there? I save about 300 a month, 75 quid a week.
How much are bills?
Well, let's go over the top. Let's put 60 aside.
No! 40, that's
40,
fine. I can
whatever.
do without heating.
Oh, we've got 95. No, 97.50. At least £15 of this is going on a fat fry-up.
Barry's been an idiot and spending stuff all the time. And that's my job, and he's doing it for me, but wrongly.
Time for Christy to step up and take control.
Today, I think we're going to spend less money and try and keep it as cheap as possible now.
Bread.
Cheese.
Cheese, yeah.
Like a medieval shopping list. Would you like to have steak this evening?
Yeah, could go for a steak later on.
With a hangover, rumbling tummies and a craving for steak, the pair go shopping. Error.
We spent 65 quid.
On a week's worth of shopping.
That was a bit more than I was expecting it to be.
I think we've got about £25 or something left, and I have to go to London tomorrow, so that's going to be 20 quid. So we're definitely going to have to dip into our savings, aren't we?
Yeah, definitely.
Incredibly, they've almost blown their budget.
Day 2, and we're done our budget already.
With only their savings left for the rest of the week, it turns out they're as useless as each other with money. Will they fare better with the cleaning?
Right, so I'll do the toilet and you do the floor. Today. Now. Deal? Oh, I don't want to touch this bit. I don't have gloves either. And there's a pube on it. What is wrong with people? What are they doing to make them fall out into the toilet bowl?
Considering her fragile state,
Ah!
that's pretty impressive from Christy.
Oh, this is not the desperate housewife dream that I have.
Much less impressive is so-called sensible Barry.
What are you doing? Why aren't you tidying up?
I'm doing it.
No, I've just done the toilet, Barry. The one thing that I said I was not going to do.
Women generally just do cleaning better.
This is pure alcohol. Can't believe I'm doing all of this and you're sitting there playing the Xbox.
0-0. Half time.
This is not the way it was supposed to be, Barry.
While Christy gets cosy with a jade cloth, Andrew and Jordan are also facing their new life without a living cleaner.
Middles. That nice.
At least a trash house is a sign of a good time, something Andrew wanted to show Jordan they could do on a budget.
Me more than Jordan really wants to have our own space as a couple. So obviously this week I wanted to try to show him that we can move out and how good it would be to move out. The good thing for him has been the fact that we can have friends up. Like if we're out at a bar, then they can come back to our flat. I think that would be something that will persuade them more.
Andrew's plan might already be working, because junk food loving Jordan is using the room with the fridge and the oveny thing for the first time in his life.
But I've never actually sat down and cooked someone a proper meal. Except I cooked Mum and Dad a meal one time, but I gave them food poisoning.
OK, great. But surely even Jordan can't poison anyone with macaroni cheese and garlic bread.
I hope it's easier than I think it's going to be, but I don't know. I feel a bit nervous, hope he likes it.
Looks lovely.
I think I want it.
At least he's trying.
I never knew that he wanted to try cooking. He doesn't like tidying up, and I suppose that's something I've learned about him, is that he doesn't want to try other things.
Jesus, I don't think I'm doing right.
Oh my God.
Is that wrong?
But good intentions alone will not turn him into Gordon Ramsay.
I said, fucking revolt. How did this happen? Oh.
I think it looks that bad.
So Andrew steps in and the romantic meal is back on.
It's nice, isn't it? He always says, oh, you can't cook, you can't cook. You wanted to prove to him, no, I can't actually cook. But it was terrible.
Dinner may not be up to Mum's standards, but at least the day ends, once again, on budget.
Thank you for dinner.
There must be something in the air, because even Barry is feeling romantic.
Chips. Dinner?
Yeah.
He too is cooking dinner for Christy.
We're having a nice romantic night in, aren't we? With a steak dinner for two. Can't wait to stare into your eyes over the table.
Is it nice?
It's nice to be like sitting at a table and not on your bed with our dinner on our lap. This is a learning experience for me, and I'm going to be wife material after this.
But for Christy, there's still two things missing from that perfect wife package.
Tomorrow I'm going for the consultation for my boob job, but it's dependent on money. Do I have the boobs and then wait longer to move out, or do I move out and wait longer to have the boobs? So that's my dilemma, and I don't know how I'm going to pick, but probably the boobs.
While Christy weighs up her priorities, the boys have put their partying aside to tackle their new responsibilities head-on.
You can do it. I ain't doing that.
This is covered peas, sir.
Good luck.
As they attempt just some of the jobs Andrew's mum does for them every day.
Do you have passions like that? It's making me choke, actually.
Just give myself a do that.
There's a hairs on this, man. This is pure skanky.
Even Christy moan less than these two.
Disgusting.
It's another big first for Jordan, cleaning his first sink.
You just put this in here like this?
Oh, you just squish it like that.
Really?
And both the boys are beginning to appreciate just how much Andrew's mum does for them.
Give me the boat. How does Mum do this? Have you heard her Mum talking about, I clean that bathroom every single day? But this is disgusting. I can't believe she actually does this.
I wouldn't clean it even if I had to clean up your pee.
So you're telling me if I never clean this, you just leave it? Does that stinking like piss?
It smells like cheese yesterday anyway.
My mum and dad always moan at us because, see, if we have a shower, we never, like, rinse it after we've had a shower. And my dad always moans at us. I think if we actually moved back home, I would, because I realise now it's quite annoying to clean them up.
Yeah, I think probably we would do it now after being here myself. If I did move back in, we would do it now.
Now the bathroom is presentable, they've invited some friends round, and they're sharing their long-term plans for the flat.
You want a leopard print living room?
That'll look expensive and fashionable.
It's tacky. It's the most tacky thing in the world. If we keep this on, my dog is coming here.
We're not going to pay it.
My dog's coming here.
They're 3 days into their road test, and whilst Jordan is starting to sound more at home, they're also still bang on budget, thanks to Andrew's scheming.
We had £40 for tonight. Basically, we can get more for our money if we buy vodka from the shop.
And tonight, he's at it again, because despite planning yet another night out, he's cleverly found a pub quiz for the money-conscious.
We're getting in for free, and then we've got... You get, like, free pizza, free nachos served to your table, and then you get a jug of, like, free shots.
Can we get 2 vodkas and black lemonade, please?
But a bargain doesn't get you Michelin stars.
It's like a teeny wee bowl of, like, salted crisps, no cheese, and then I'm like, I want that. Oh my God, I really want to buy food, and I don't want to because we've got this budget for drinks tonight to have a night out, but I'm so hungry. I'm fucking starving.
But it looks like Andrew's bargain booze hunting has had the desired effect on Jordan.
Do you want to move out?
Yeah, no, I do.
Like, actually, both of you want to move out?
Yeah, we just need to really sit and think, can we afford it?
So will they be able to keep their expensive inner-city flat and live the high life? Down south, Barry and Christy have learnt the hard way that they can't have it all.
This week we've obviously pretty much spent our budget already. Christy had to go to London, so that was another 20-odd quid spent on the train. Now we've got about £2 left, and we're going to have to dip into the savings.
That's right, whilst Barry is busy installing satellites, Christy's in London deciding whether to blow her savings on a couple of stellar installations of her own. Topless model. She's brought best friend Katie along for support.
I'm really excited. I'm scared a little bit though.
I want to see the different types of boobs.
Yeah, I think I get to put them on and walk around in them.
Do you? It's like the teardrop ones are supposed to be like the best, aren't they?
Yeah, but I don't like them.
Do you not?
Because they don't look fake. I don't want to pay money for them to look like I could have grown them myself.
Are you worried about spending that much money? Is Barry going to be angry?
Yeah, Barry's going to be angry with it.
Despite a busy morning at work, Christy's boobs are never far from Barry's mind.
Obviously, I don't want her to get the boob job done. I don't think it's the time for her to be thinking like that, you know, priorities, we've got to, you know, get somewhere to live.
What's more important to you?
Massive tits.
You can't have everything. You can't get married, have fake boobs and a house. That's just completely unrealistic.
That's the dream there, isn't it?
And Christy can't wait to get her hands on a pair. Wee.
Probably would just go for the bigger ones then. Oh my god, I love them.
They are nice.
Oh, they feel
It's
so
not
big.
too big either. It's not too big at all.
Squeeze test passed. Thoughts of Barry and a house are bulldozed by thoughts of new bazookas.
Eventually, they're perfect. I think I've made my decision.
You can actually have it done on the 1st of October.
Yes, please, yeah, definitely.
Cost for the procedure is $4,450.
Luckily for Barry, Katie's fighting his corner.
Go home, have a chat with Baz.
Speak to Barry, yeah.
And see what you need to do.
Stupid Barry. Making me sensible and think about savings. Thank you. I really want to move out with him properly, and I don't know, I think that's playing on my mind when I'm thinking about, like, paying all that money for the boobs.
Christy leaves London with a lot on her mind, and when she gets home, she has to tell Barry her decision.
Well, I went for my appointment in London, and then I, like, picked the size that I'm going to go to and discussed some finance options. So I'm thinking about putting it back so that I can save more.
Moving out's more important than having big whammers.
Spoken like a true gem.
I think you made a good decision. Proud of you.
Lovely.
So, Christy's boobs have taken a back shelf in favour for life with Barry. But in Glasgow, can Jordan get his priorities in order? Boyfriend Andrew thinks a cosy night in will show him another plus point to moving out.
It's been nice, like, spending, like, so much time together again, and, like, being able to just talk to each other all the time, and, like, especially tonight, because it's only going to be us two. It has been nice just to be, like, kind of by ourselves, like, a bit more of a couple.
And Jordan is really warming to the idea of living alone.
Just being able to just walk about and go to the shower when you want to have to fight over the toilet, make breakfast in the morning without someone else being there, it's brilliant. I love it. That was nice. I also had a proper pizza. We get on better here, and we don't bicker as much over stupid wee things, and it's not. It doesn't feel like a wee immature relationship. It actually feels like a grown-up relationship. Oh my god, this is pure. It's stinking like strong cheese. We are both kind of planning like our kind of immediate future together anyway. Like emotionally, that means like we are both kind of like we're obviously both happy. We're both kind of settled being with each other. It feels like we're actually trying to move on instead of just saying it's just my boyfriend and I stay in his house. We're trying to get our own flat for just us two.
The next day, they take the plunge and discuss making this move a permanent one.
Last night was so good and like pure made me, like that's the kind of thing I was like wanting last night. Like for us, because we just don't get any privacy in the house. Well, we do kinda, but it's not the same. Like last night was something we've never ever done before. Like you said, never ever had a house to ourselves. So like knowing that we could actually have that all the time is just pure amazing.
I think we'll prove that to people and ourselves that we can actually live together and we can budget.
In fact, they're both so committed that they've decided to introduce their parents for the first time. They're bravely cooking dinner and frugally using leftover ingredients.
I think cooking my parents a meal is like paying them back kind of for the meals they've cooked us and all that when we've been younger, or even Andrew's mum and dad when we've been staying in his. So it's given us the opportunity to let them be treated for once.
To avoid any poisoning, Jordan is only allowed to grate the cheese.
Like, we just want to make sure they enjoy it and it's a good night for them.
And after a few finishing touches, the boys are ready for Jordan's parents, Pam and Keith.
How are you? Fine, how are you?
Hi.
To meet Andrew's parents, Debbie and Andy.
Hello. How are you?
Oh, there.
Hi. Hiya. Nice to meet you.
Pleased to meet you, pal.
Looking forward to this all weekend.
Oh, aye.
Very nice. Thank you.
That's it.
Like all great hosts, they stand watching them eat, whilst their guests give them a grilling.
So much as this today, am I, Jordan?
$5.50.
Quite a lot into right now.
Do you think you could keep this place on? Realistically?
No, we could, like, we could afford it, but it'd be a different lifestyle, wouldn't it?
We're eating it.
Very nice, boys.
As they serve up spaghetti carbonara, their parents dish out a little bit of advice.
If you could sacrifice
If it could sacrifice.
a bit of a lifestyle, because this is part of your lifestyle.
That's it.
I feel as if the way they're speaking to us tonight's like a wee bit different. Like, they're treating us with, like, more respect, kind of, like, they're asking our opinion. So they're asking us stuff that grown-ups can ask other grown-ups and not just their children.
If you made this your main priority, then you look at other things as a bonus.
They are really, really respecting any decision we want to make on keeping this place long term. We still take advice from our parents and we still need that, so they're giving us that, but also treating us and our decisions with respect, so we couldn't have asked for more.
But now it's down to the boys alone to make this tough decision. And the parental advice just keeps on coming. Back in Stevenage, it's day 4, and Christy and Barry are also catching up with the folks.
Hello, darling. How are you?
Good, you
Oh,
alright?
I really missed you.
Good.
You're grown up, Christy.
I bought you a present.
Oh, what's that?
Washing.
What's your dress? Have you not got a washing machine?
As well as her washing, Christy needs Mum's help with her cooking. She's ambitiously hosting her first dinner party tonight.
So what are you going to cook for me when I come to your house?
Probably like lasagna or flag bowl.
Lovely. Homemade, not out of a packet?
Yeah, I'm
jar?
going to make it myself.
Oh, well done.
Well, sort of. Having blown their shopping money on day 2, Christy's being resourceful.
Can I borrow some of these for the meal?
What?
I don't know if they're herbs or spices.
Well, what do you put in spaghetti bolognese?
Curry powder?
No.
Oh. Leaves.
Bay leaves. That's what you use. That's it.
No.
Why not? Christy, they're nice.
Barry doesn't appreciate leaves in his dinner.
Well, he won't know. Don't tell him.
What Barry doesn't know won't hurt him. Some top tips for domestic harmony there from Mum, but what pearls will Barry's folks have in store for him?
How's it going at your place?
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's fun.
So, how much budget have you got left?
Well, after we put our savings aside and a little bit aside for bills, we've got nothing left. Well, about £2. So we're going to have to dip into our savings.
How much have you shouted at each other?
A few little arguments about the cleaning and stuff, like washing up and leaving a cup on the side or something, which I didn't think we would argue about.
This is where you start to find out the little nitty-gritties that drive you around the bloody bed. Rather than coming in the door and going like, you haven't done the washing up. What have you been doing ever since you've been home from work? And you go, oh, I've been playing Xbox.
Exactly, I was busy.
No, you're not busy. You do your jobs first and then you get to play. That's how it works. That's life.
So, armed with words of wisdom from both parents, they head home to get ready for their dinner party.
I'm quite keen for Barry to see how good I go, because obviously we're going to be living together, so he's going to have to learn to put up with it.
Still using the food from their one and only shop, plus some leaves from Mum, Christy is making a lasagna for 4.
Pour into here.
No, that's not going to work.
It will work!
It's not.
Take that quick, because it's hot. But you cook the mince, and then put the peppers in. I wonder if you put vegetables in first, because they're crunchy. I've got the glasses on, because last time I tried to cut onions, I cried for ages, and it ruined my makeup, and we've got people coming round, so I need to look good.
And after adding a vital ingredient,
Can you make me gin and tonic, please?
it's not long before Christy's cooking up a storm in the kitchen.
I'm just watching, I like seeing how my food is made. Looks tasty.
Christy's mum and stepdad Graham arrive with their own chairs.
Dinner's nice. I am so looking forward to this dinner because it's the first time Christy's ever cooked for me.
Everyone ready?
Yes. Oh, lovely. Look at those layers. Very nice.
Cheers. Cheers. To me.
To Christy.
To lasagna.
And me.
To me.
It's a triumph for the girl who couldn't cook, wouldn't cook.
I am really surprised. It's actually really tasty. Much tastier than I thought it would be. Very nice.
It's nice to have, you know, Jackie and Graham round, Christy's parents, rather than sponging off you. You know, it's nice to be able to give it back.
Just cooking a meal for 4 people, like, made me feel really good when everyone liked it. stuff like that. I didn't think I'd, like, enjoy it, because it's not my sort of thing, but I have.
From cleaning her first toilet to cooking her first meal, it's been a week of new experiences for Christy.
The week has just been amazing. It's been so nice just to be with Barry, like, even doing nothing, like sitting watching TV together and stuff. It's just so nice to be, like, in a living room like normal people.
The next day, Christy and Barry are so keen to go it alone that they're looking at cheaper flats.
Enjoying living at the flat, but we're worried about how much it costs. You know, it's a little bit too much for us.
Especially because we spent our budget in the first 2 days, so that wasn't a good sign, was it, for our future?
So yeah, we're just looking at some other properties.
But compromise comes at a cost.
I've done another church pew in the living room.
It's $6.50 a month, Barry, and it's really nice. You can't not have it just because it's got a table in it that you don't like.
Normally the one demanding the finer things in life, Christy today is wearing the sensible cap.
I don't really like overlooking the car park. It's a bit rubbish.
What does it matter? I like this, actually. Why have they done it like this? Narnia.
My priority is cheapness, I suppose, but obviously I still want it to be nice as well.
I think it's really nice. Barry's just been an idiot. I think Barry still wants something cheaper that he's not going to get, and if he does, it's not going to be as nice as this.
While Christy is keen to get moving, is Barry putting the brakes on this move now?
That second one that we viewed is, like, perfect for us, and it's in our price range, and it's, like, everything that we
Well, that might be
wanted.
your opinion.
It is, though. And I really don't want to end up stuck at your parents' house again. I don't think you're that set on moving out.
No, I don't want to move out. I just want it to be right. Like, I don't want to just rush into somewhere and then not enjoy living there.
In a surprise role reversal, Barry has left Christy wondering about his commitment. Whereas Jordan's shock turnaround has only been for the better.
It's just starting to feel like home, like hours, just the stuff we can do in it, and location and everything. Just this time last week I thought would have been in no money left. When I didn't have the flat, I'd have went and bought trainers, then not had enough for my bus pass to get to work that weekend. I have to go to Mum, like, Mum, I need money. But the way we budgeted our money, like, I'm actually proud of us.
In fact, they've got 40 quid left for the last night of their road test. Tomorrow, it's decision time, so tonight, you guessed it, they're having another house party.
Are you enjoying it, Button? You like the fact we can actually have friends up?
Yes, it's so good. See, not having to ask anybody anything, just get them up is so good.
Even their friends have seen a big change in the boys.
I think Andrew and Jordan are doing surprisingly well, considering for the 3 years I've known them, they were just completely non-independent at all. It's nice having a flat that I can crash in for once.
They end on a high with £5 left in their pockets, yay! But tomorrow, they must finally decide between independence or the hotel of Mum and Dad. The next morning, they have some cleaning up to do and a decision to make.
Well, this week's definitely proved to me anyway that we could live alone as a couple. We're both loving, like, the privacy and having our own space.
Everybody, like, even family, friends, as soon as I told them we're doing this, were like, oh God. But I think we're two people wrong for a change.
The only thing that's going to make us have to go back home is having to budget and the price of the flat.
And while they struggle to make the right choice, Debbie and Andy are thinking either way the boys have done a lot of growing up.
It's actually really nice seeing the two of them realising what I clean every day with 6 of us being in the house when there's only 2 of them.
Obviously, what you're saying is they've enjoyed, for want of a better word, a grown-up relationship.
But do they think they can go it alone on a full-time basis?
Good to see you guys. How have you enjoyed your week then?
It's good.
It's been good to be out the house, have some privacy, a bit of peace and quiet from the jungle. What's it been like since we've been away? Have you noticed a difference?
I have missed you, but it's nice getting up in the morning and the kitchen's still tidy. And there's not a big pile of dirty washing lying outside the bathroom. It's gone.
Believe me, if you've come back, you'll probably be doing a wee bit more cleaning up.
We don't really have time for that.
Oh, I don't have time for it.
Of course you have time for it. You had time for it the past week. So, where do we stand then? Have you managed to talk Jordan into moving out?
Nope.
Not that he's not, because it was good, but it was just, we looked at all the money and it was like £930 or something a month just to stay in that one we were in.
We need to wait till we're both getting a bit more money.
I think you have done really well with your budget. I'm really surprised, actually. I thought you would have blown it.
We're going to get our heads proper in it and save up, and maybe in about 6 months' time we'll be back in this kind of position.
I can feel you breathing with your hair on my skin.
I think before we moved into the flat for the week, my mum and dad just kind of seen us as a bit of a teenage romance, like nothing serious. But in the flat, I think they seen a different side to our relationship and to us as people.
Feeling quite relieved that they've made a decision to come back home because I don't think financially they're ready yet. They've actually been pretty mature about it and hold their heads up high. I think they've done really well.
My attitude to moving out has definitely changed. Before we moved out, I had no desire anytime soon, but after having the weekend at flat and realising we bickered a lot less, and we can budget, we can do it, we can live together, makes me want to do it so much.
Grow old with me, let us share what we see and all the best it could be, just you and I.
So that's one couple going back to Mum and Dad, but with a brand new attitude. So what will it be for Barry and Christy?
So you had a good week, baby?
It's been good. Really liked it.
Do you want to live with me now?
Yeah, I wanted to live with you before.
Good job.
The week has brought the couple closer and given them a new confidence about the future.
Just this small experience of like being away from like the family home or whatever and living with each other. It's just been really relaxing. It's just been so nice. Going back to your dad's now is just like the last thing I want.
Yeah, I don't want to go home.
But can they afford to stay? After all, they've been living on their savings since day 2.
Well, I've only saved £20.
I'm actually quite happy with my £80.
Obviously, I'd like to have more to put aside.
We can't have done that bad. Like it's not like we've got no money at all.
So, has their pricey pad scuppered their plans to go it alone? Before they hear the couple's decision, Dad and Jackie get a glimpse of the week's adventures. And it's quite an eye-opener.
I didn't know she was ever think about having a boot up.
No, did I? I didn't know that's what she was saving. Even though it's just been a week, I do think living on their own has made them realise that it's not easy.
There's a determination from them that they want to do this.
But are they ready for all that hard work?
You
What?
So how have you found being on your own?
Yeah, it's been nice, hasn't it? Even like the nights we weren't doing anything, just sitting on the sofa like together, watching TV and stuff, it was just nice, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's just...
Were you worried at all? There was like no grown-up to ask questions of.
Nah, not really, because we've got our phones. In case of emergency.
So what do you think? Are you going to stay in the flat? Or are you coming home?
No, we're not going to stay in this particular one because it's just too expensive for us.
We've viewed some already and we've got some viewings lined up as well, so like as soon as we find one that's within our budget and that we really like.
It should only be a couple of weeks, you know, if we find somewhere.
You must have really enjoyed it if now you think you're going to have a go.
It was really fun just, you know.
I mean, you two must have enjoyed it as well, like not having us there all the time.
It was heaven. It was absolutely heaven.
It's nice to hear that they're actually looking already to find somewhere else.
But I'm very pleased that they've enjoyed their week together and they want to do it properly, permanently.
But it's Christie's double D-sized turnaround that surprised everyone.
I do definitely still want them done, but I think having that taster of living together, I do want to move out with Barry more than I thought I did. So my priorities are kind of shifted in a way. So I've just got to think more about other people, I guess, being Barry, and not just myself all the time. As soon as something comes up that's within our budget, then we'll be out.
2 weeks later, that's exactly what they did. And Christy and Barry have finally left the Hotel of Mum and Dad. Next time on Hotel of Mum and Dad, we meet funny man-child Jack.
Today, I'm talking about something that really